Well, we got an arrow in one. We're like, hey, let's go glass this. Park the truck here. Walked like 5 yards. Peeked our heads over. It's kind of a big, deep ravine. And there's a buck looking at us like 60 yards. So, you know, just back up, get to the truck, grab our stuff. He was gone. He had went 300 yards. We spooked him. We got busted by a little fork. So we had to stop. We look over and they're coming up the other side of the ravine. Jordan ranged him for me. Said like 85 yards. I was already drawn back with my black gold set to 90, so I put that right down in the belly line and sent it. The shot was a little far back. I don't know if he took a step or I just wasn't aiming good. So let's go find him. We haven't looked at him yet. So this is about where we shot from, up in this end of this peninsula somewhere. They were just across the valley here, almost going behind the green trees. They're kind of quartering up the hill. So I had to take a couple more steps out. We were pegged by the two little bucks over here, but these guys didn't seem to notice us, even though we're totally skylined right here. But got the shot off, and he ran up the hill like, I don't know, what do you think, probably 8-10 steps, bouncing up the hill with the arrow in him, and then kind of like tumbled back, head over heels, back behind him. So we're hoping he's laying there. It's been, wait, 40 minutes? Hour? At least. So. You can take your bow. I think he was definitely dead a while ago. That's good. I think he was dead right away. Crazy how he like losing his summer coat. Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Dude, that is so cool. Well, got her cut up on the back. Got about 3.5 miles back to the truck, so hopefully it doesn't take too long, but let's get her on ice. Doesn't fit on another tonneau cover. Oh, she will. Well, brakes are shot in the truck, so we can't get parts till tomorrow. Jordan's up to bat. How do you feel? I feel good. Game time or what? I think so. All right. I'm gonna be flinging them if we can find them. Stay tuned.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. to be
What's that?
in the
Oh,
great
dude, zoom right in on his
outdoors,
rack.
forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
There was two bedded right here. Like 20 yards. Yeah. One looked like about like the other one. The other one I didn't see. I haven't seen him leave here. I can't see the tracks. Where's your fucking binoculars? I don't think that's it, man. Yeah, it is. It's $2. What is it? Too low, guys. I did not expect them to be all the way up here. I just want to know how they got over there. They came out from around that side of the hill, so they must have snuck straight out here. I don't know how we didn't see them. Was he one of those two? Look, one of them looked just like him. Okay, just a little four. So he got up here and got bedded that quick. Damn, there are way more, like way quicker than I would think. Right. And sneaky, like there's three of us here with eyes, and they somehow got across this little valley. Right? Hear them yotis? God, they're thick. Do this again. Bring in the AR. Well, as of the 25th, bucks are grouped up. Oh yeah. Heads are warm almost. Wow. Molly, all back.
No?
That's a feed there. Yeah, I must have something killed.
They're getting closer.
Yeah, those guys. Chica, yeah.
Did you cool when you said chica?
I do. Does it look cool? Oh. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Oh, dang, we don't have the map downloaded apparently? My phone does. Well, Molly, you can take this back.
Okay, that's good.
Where are we headed? West. Actually, I think that's where we're going. So, the wind's coming from here, we should be on that shoreline down on the side, right? That sounds legit. Finally calm enough to see something.
Came up on this vantage point. It was raining pretty good, so I didn't bring the camera. And I just realized Jordan drove over the truck. I should have ran there and caught it. It's about 700 yards away from where I'm at on a big vantage point. I'm laying over the top of it, so the grass is taller than me, but Jordan spotted 3 bucks. The biggest one is closest to the hill, so he's gonna go back to the truck, drive down the road about a mile, and try to come up over the top on him, so stay tuned. Sorry for the shakes. It's windy. Can't believe he's just going straight for him. I thought he was going to go in front of that tree over there, but hopefully he can get a shot. I am videoing this through one side of my 10x42 binoculars with my Samsung phone, so I apologize. He's making ground. I range him right now at about 745. I range a deer about 700 exactly. So 45 yards is my take on it. He might be a little further with the angle. But yeah, the deer's like 695, and he's like 745 right now, so 50 yards roughly. All 3 still bedded, none of them look alert yet. I really want to watch through my binos, but this is kind of cool if he gets a shot. Wish I had the big camera with. Never leave the truck without it and put it in a garbage bag. God, I just feel like he's getting behind that brush. I hope he can get a shot. He's about 30 yards right now.
Oh, what the fuck happened? BBD, baby. We spotted one from a good distance in the rain. We were not very optimistic because like you put your binoculars into the rain and they kind of cloud up. But I don't know. Probably we finally got to our spot, and maybe 5 minutes in, I saw this buck. After we ranged him about almost 800 yards away, just right at the bottom of a tree, with the wind at his back and looking over a big valley. And once the rain stopped, Streeter was able to see that there's actually 2 other bucks with him, and that's why I went back out to the road, walked down to where we thought I could get on him behind the hill behind him. The wind was kind of coming across him a little bit, like I could get behind him safely as long as I didn't get too far to the north of him. And yeah, just put the sneak on him and was able to get in really, really close. And there ended up being 3 little ones with him. And as I tried to get a shot, one of them saw me, so they jumped out to about 48 yards, and I let one fly, and it wasn't a great hit, but I did see blood pouring out of him, and saw him run into some tall willows and Saw him not come out, so we're hoping he's laying there. It's been about an hour. We're just gonna start creeping in. He's in there a little ways. I don't know, about 3 miles, like Streeter, probably about 2.5. Yeah, at least 2.5. So we're gonna lose some pounds tonight. Oh, there's the valley where it went down. Streeter was on a cliff right over there. I think I was on the high knoll to the right there, right? Yeah. I'll zoom in. Almost right where those mountains kind of stop in the background, right in line with that. And he was giving me hand signals through the binoculars. He was watching me, and I would watch him, and he would say, you know, left, right, or they're still bedded, or they got up. And yeah, so it worked out really good. It was raining, so we didn't have a camera with us, so he didn't have a camera with him. And to be honest with you, we were just kind of looking, didn't expect to kill. Because we had seen these bucks before, but we didn't think they were real big, and they might not be, but for my first velvet muley, not a bad
First
one.
muley?
Yeah, first muley ever, and with a bow, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so we'll walk down in here and I'll kind of explain the situation.
So we're just walking up here. The little bucks are still there. I think they're standing by the big one dead, hopefully. So I don't see a deer. Where? Oh yeah. I was looking to the left.
There's 2 for sure in there. There was 3, so I'm sure there's another one down there. He was the biggest one in the group, so I'm sure they're kind of just wondering what the fuck to do.
What are they, about 200 yards? 300 yards right now?
Yeah. I came over the hill right here. There's a tall tree up ahead here. That's what I was supposed to aim for, to kind of get over the crest of the hill without them skylining me. Ended up being a ton of little scrub brush behind it. And I don't have much experience with mule deer, so I was super, like, way up here I was trying to be all quiet, and it took me a long time, so I was really hoping they weren't going to get up, because it was getting late, and we had seen bucks at the time on the move for the evening already, so it was nice having Streeter across there. I would glass him every once in a while, and he'd let me know that they're still bedded. I was kind of lost. I thought this tree was a lot smaller, so I was like, shit, is it over there I'm supposed to be?
Yeah, Onyx definitely saved our ass on that. When we
dropped the pin.
Right, we spotted the buck, we looked on the topo and kind of we ranged him actually, and then we knew exactly what tree it was, so that worked pretty slick.
Yeah, and I've never done that before, but Streeter made me do it, and I'm fucking glad he did, because you get lost in the rolling hills. So anyway, I kind of headed for this tree down here, so if I would have gone any farther this way of this tree, the fork could see me. He was right on the edge of that bush there, and he was facing this way, so with just a turn of his head he would have got me. So rather than...
So the fork was the only one visible?
Yep, okay. For me. Rather than go down through that stuff, I actually kind of just came back up towards the hill here, came down behind their bushes, which is right there with that tall green tree and a bunch of little gray sage or whatever it is.
God, I can't believe you're... See, right now we're what, 40, 50 yards?
Yeah.
From where the deer are, and this shit is noisy. I mean...
Yeah, I was just...
I saw you going through here.
Nails pacing it. And there was a little bit more wind than now. But it really had... Well, when I got down in here, it was really quiet, so I was super nervous. In hindsight, I probably should have just went directly behind them, because that whole hill is just nice short grass.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
But it worked, and so I decided to get up behind here. But then I got those 2 bushes in my way, and if they decide to go this way, the only shot I have is over 90 yards, which is beyond my reach. So, last Streeter, he said they're still bedded, so I just slowly crept up, all the way up to that little bush right there where my bow is laying. I actually just about got attacked by a badger. So I was gonna stay here and wait for Streeter and just watch and make sure nothing got up and ran away. So I was just sitting here on my knees, and right here, and a badger came walking out right here, and he saw me. I mean, I stood up because he was coming towards me. So I like stood up and I was like, "Hey, get out of here!" And then I did this, thinking to make myself bigger. And he kind of reared back, and then he was like lunging for me. So I actually shot him with rage, and he ran back into the bushes.
Oh, I can see the arrow.
Yeah, right there.
We gonna track that sucker or what?
I don't know. I don't really like badgers.
I mean, a rage through him. It's got to be.
But he ran back into that trees right behind the arrow there.
Oh, I ain't going in the trees. Never mind.
And then he came back out, so I dropped my bow and hightailed it up the mountain. All pass through.
Total pass through.
He was making some weird growling noises, so he's probably dead. But yeah, so that's why I was at the truck with Streeter. I was initially gonna wait because the deer were still right there, so I was trying to be quiet and everything. But that whole deal had me a little freaked out. So this was my spot right here. I was on my knees, hoping that I could get a shot at him through here. And all the little ones stood up first. And the two of the forks had come down and were right in the bottom here, about 40 yards. And the big one stood up then and started working his way around. And I just kind of sat here like this, held my bow up, trying to break myself up. And he was looking in my direction, but he obviously didn't bust me. He kept walking. And then he kind of turned this way, right on the edge of that bush, and the fork started to follow him. And the fork got eyes on me, so I couldn't draw back. I didn't want to draw back. And that was probably 10 seconds I sat like this, waiting for that fork to either look away or whatever. And before the fork looked away, he started walking, and the fork started walking, kind of looking ahead, so he could probably still see me. And as soon as the 4-point got behind that bush right there, I switched sides, and I think the fork saw me because they both jumped. He went right down to the bottom of the little valley here, so I ranged him at about 48 yards and drew back and shot. And I think just as I shot, he was starting to turn. And I honestly think I got him right in the jugular. That's what it looked like when he was running away, but hopefully we'll see here.
So whereabouts was he?
He was right where the grass is real
Is that
short.
orange arrow right there? Beginning of the short grass?
I don't
No.
see what you're looking at, but we'll find out. Oh, right there.
Yeah, I see it here. His arrow's right there. We can see it sticking up in the. There's like a green for golf over here. It's really mowed down. Well, the white fletching looks rather red, so.
As he was running away, I could see blood just pouring out of him. But it looked really far forward. So, yeah, let's go look at the arrow and try to get a trail. Oh, yeah. Look at this. So, there's the arrow. He was standing facing this way. Look at the blood. Just instantly. Like magic carpet. Look at the leaf here.
Oh, I think I've seen blood this good, but never at the shot site. Like,
Look up here, man.
this is the first 5 yards of the blood trail. Like,
I mean, it's like every time his heart pumps. Here.
he's got a slower heart rate than mine.
I mean, that's just what it looks like.
Right.
Who knows?
And on the sage here. Awesome. Well, let's follow the red carpet.
He actually made it to the other side of the little brush in here, so I might just try to go around and get a vantage point and look, make sure he's not just like laying there alive still.
I think I'm gonna let you go, and I'll just stay on the blood.
Okay.
So, all right, let's do it.
So we're at the edge of the kind of the tall little brush. I thought I saw him dying.
He was on the downhill of the tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, man.
Very clean arrow.
Nice buck.
Wait. I didn't flicker.
You got nice forks on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's get them up in the air.
I might have.
Dude, you're full of shit. You fucking hard shot him.
I must have.
Okay, scratch that less than perfect shot thing.
Okay, he's good.
That was like a perfect shot. You couldn't got any better. Unless, well, see the other side, but I think he's bigger bodied than mine probably.
Let's look at the other side here.
Oh, yep, in the jugular, out the heart. So,
Nice.
that worked out.
Not bad though. I'll take him, man. Probably looks better this way than width-wise, but still in velvet. A little thinner than yours though. One of the bucks he was with was actually already bare, and I've always wanted to do something in velvet, whether it's whitetail or muley. So I was really hoping that he was still velveted up, but yeah.
Good deal. Well, we're losing light here. We should probably
Get to work.
get him caped or whatever you want to do and get him quartered. So,
Awesome. Well, we found him. He went exactly where we said he did, or we thought he did. It's not the widest or the biggest deer in the world, but man, for a first muley with a bow, I could not be more happy. I mean, like this was such a picture-perfect stock for me. Other than the fact that it was raining, so we didn't have a camera, I don't think it could have went any better. I had him. He was 10 yards from me for like an hour while I fucking crept in on him, and I only had to sit and wait for him for about 3-4 minutes. But yeah, I had him at 10 yards, and I was gonna look at him and make sure he was big enough, and I saw this and I saw this and an eye guard, so I was like, well, it'll work.
that's awesome, man.
I wanted to try at least get a 4 on one side, so that
Done deal. Perfect 5x5 or whatever, 4x4 with eye guards, however they talk out here. But
yeah.
awesome. Good deal. Well,
Let's get to
let's
work.
get that tag punched and start cutting them up.
Oh yeah, better do that. Alright. I know it's the 26th because Streeter just notched his out yesterday on the 25th. Let's see. Velvet here. Yep.
Stuck her on there. Good to
Legal.
go. We're legal. Let's get her cut.
Pick up the little squares here. One tip of the week, Streeter actually thought of this. Using your thermocell, it works great in the tree stand this time of year, but it also works good when you're gutting at night. These things just about carried us away the other day, and it wasn't even dark yet. So this is gonna save us, I think.
Oh, almost there. One more hill. These packs carry pretty well, but 2.5 miles is still 2.5 miles.
There's the truck.
You made her.
That guys from Minnesota can do this. Pretty much anybody. It helps that we got like the best packs in the world.
Yeah, they're so much nicer than what I had before. Whew.
Can't imagine seeing a big one.
Or an elk like next week.
Oh, yeah. I'll suffer for it.